Hello and welcome to this installment of Google Apps Programming. At this time, hopefully you're logged in and you're into your Google Drive. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to create a spreadsheet. Then from there we're going to fill it with a little bit of data. We're also going to then create a form with one or two questions. And then we'll practice submitting the form. We'll put a little functionality in some of the cells in the spreadsheet, and from there we will then write a small Google Apps script that will take some of the data from the form submission and manipulate it and put it in the sheet through programming. It's going to be wonderful. Are you ready? Here we go. We are going to go ahead and create a spreadsheet. And let's go ahead and instead of leaving it as untitled, let's just call it My Spreadsheet. Now this is very basic, but you can title it anything that you feel is appropriate later. But right now it's called My Spreadsheet. What we're going to do is we're going to propagate this with a little bit of data here, and we're going to put in some column headers here, last name, and then we're also going to record some student answers. We're also going to record a correct answer. So you can plug those all in. Those are the headers. The last names will be the last names of the students in your courses. So suppose you had this list of students in your classes. It was Cunningham, and I'm putting them in alphabetical order. This is the way you would read them from your grade book. Fonzarelli, Malf, and Weber. Okay, so and then now the student answers here, those will come from the form. And then the rest of this data here, we'll put in the functionality in with these later. I'm going to make these just bold, Control B really quickly. And basically for right now, our spreadsheet is good to go. All right, from here we're going to create a form. We already have the spreadsheet created, so this is under Tools. We're going to go to Create a Form, and we're going to create a form from My Spreadsheet. I'm just going to leave it up here. Form description. This will just be a simple, say it's a simple exit slip for students in algebra. Okay, and what's going to happen now is we need to, sorry about that. We've got the untitled question here. If we go to edit that, let's call this question last name, where the students are going to actually put their last name in for submission, so that when, and this is not going to be multiple choice, we're going to make select from a list, choose from a list, and option 1, we're actually going to need to get that from your spreadsheet. I recommend copying and pasting these from the spreadsheet. That way they're exactly the same. So I'm going to copy and paste these all in, and this will only take another quick moment. Obviously it'll take longer when you have a class of 30, but you only have to do this once. Okay, so now we have the first question. It's definitely required. Hit done and you're good to go. This little star there means it's required. Let's go ahead and add another item. This other item, this is going to be our exit slip. We are going to ask the students to solve for x in this equation. Let's do 3x plus 1 equals 7. Now hopefully you all know the answer to 3x plus 1 equals 7. X is going to be 2. So you're going to choose some multiple choice answers here. Let option 1 say -3. And then now here, the more options the better, since it's multiple choice. Let's see, 0. We can do 1. Let's do 2, which is the correct answer. We can also do 3. 6 wouldn't be bad here. 7. More answers the better, so that if you can eliminate some of the ones that might guess to the correct answer a little bit better. So that's a required question, and we're done. So all of a sudden we have a very simple form that lets the students pick their last name and do a simple little problem, multiple choice. Okay? All right. Let's go back to our spreadsheet real quickly and look what it did. It created a sheet here called form responses, and it put it before our sheet 1. All right, we're back at our spreadsheet, and what we're going to do, actually, I would like to go to Tools, of the form. Let's go to the live form, see what it looks like, and I'm going to submit one real quickly. I'm going to go in as the fonts, and I'm going to input 0 just for now, and I'm going to go ahead and submit that real quick. You're done. Good. Back to my spreadsheet. In form responses, of course, we've got a timestamp, a last name, and a response. What we need to do now is, in our sheet 1, is if they put in 0, basically later on our script is actually going to put a 0 there. All right, that's going to happen. What we need to do now is put in some functionality into our spreadsheet. So we all know this is what you have to do. You have to put in the correct answer. This is your key. Okay, this is your answer key. This will be the student response. Now, whether or not the student got it right, so if they put in 0, we're going to put in the student correct, we're going to make a formula. All right, let's check out what this formula is going to look like. We need to check. Formulas always start with the equal sign, and we're going to look to see if the value in the student answer, which is C2, if that equals the value in the correct answer, I want this value here to be 1. Otherwise, I want it to be 0. The reason we do that is now we get a chance to see, whoops, let me drag this little blue square there. That fills this formula down. See how it's C4? And if the student answer is equal to the correct answer, we get a 1, otherwise we get a 0. What we can do then is, if we get correct answers here, these come up here. In the total submitted, that formula is going to be an equal of a count. And then what are we going to count? We're going to count all the responses in the student column. That's the way we know how many have been submitted. Then there's our formula for percent. You can type that in. You see that if another person submits, only 50% of the students got them correct. Because only 2 people submitted, 1 person got it correct out of the others. So again, that's the formula for percent. And I'm just going to do a little bit of conditional formatting here. If we select these here and right click and go to select conditional formatting, we get some here. And what we're going to do is, if the cell is empty, we're just going to change the background color to something maybe like a light purple or something. Why? Because as the students are submitting their answers, you can quickly check to see just by glance, any ones that are light purple have not been submitted yet. So if you're doing it at the end of class, you can quickly check to see which students haven't submitted, and you can find out what the problem they might be having. So right now you already have a decent looking form and spreadsheet, so that as the students are submitting answers, we can go back. Let's say a different person, suppose Malf came in and submitted a correct answer of 2, and they submitted. Your spreadsheet is going to get those, and you could always from here you could manually take these values and put them right into your sheet and still get a good idea of what was happening in the class. The next video is going to take you through creating a script which will put that in automatically. So all you have to do is take a look at this form and watch the answers come in and check to see how the students are doing. Okay, so get all this done first, and then the next video will show you how to make the Google Apps script.